Welcome to another edition of Pro Wrestling News and Views Extra. I'm Jumpin' Johnny Pithers, Macho Man Randy Bodell, and PG, Pat Gallagher. He's in the house. It's Christmas week.
Oh, man.
Merry Christmas to you.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Hope you get everything you want.
Hope you're enjoying yourself out there.
And, hope you've been good, and Santa brings you everything on your list.
And we're glad you tuned in.
I think they want him back in the ring in 2019.
2019?
Who's this they you speak of? That's what I want to know.
Well, the universe.
Oh, the universe. Oh, boy,
boy.
Yeah.
Well, Wrestling News and Views universe.
Oh, goodness.
They want to see you at the Night of the Legends.
That's just what they need.
Yeah.
That's just exactly what they need. Yeah.
That's
Golden Terrace.
The bell.
The bell, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Golden Terrace back in the ring 2019.
Maybe I'll come back as the new gobbledygooker or something. I'll come back in a giant egg.
Well,
maybe,
well, you got to have some Golden Terrace stuff on of some sort.
Yeah, maybe a golden egg.
Okay.
Do that.
that'll work.
Yeah.
This all sounds just too exciting.
I love it. I love it. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can't wait either.
Hey, on our extra show today, we have a good one for you. We have Daniel Hooven, who wrestles under the ring name Fugi. Great independent worker. We caught him earlier this year at a 5-star wrestling event. And depending on who he's working for, whether it be IWC, sometimes he wrestles under his given name of Daniel Hooven. Sometimes he wrestles under his ring name of Fugi, depending on what promotion he's wrestling for. Same guy, but just depends what independent promotion he's working for. But great guy, pretty intellectual guy.
Yeah, real intelligent guy.
Yeah,
I think he started out behind the scenes with IWC, I think.
Yes, he did.
And then they said, hey, you want to take a bump, you want to work a match, and I think he did the training with them, and then, before you know it, there he is.
In the ring.
It was just like that, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting, yeah.
Pretty cool. But I know anyone that's seen any independent wrestling in Western Pennsylvania, you'll know who this is as soon as we start playing the tape. And great guy. And what's funny, it was Slippery Rock University you went to, right, Peach?
Yes, that's what he had said.
And he says during the tape that he used to watch us when he was in college at Slippery Rock, watch our show.
Yep.
So it's making us feel old.
It made me laugh a bit. I couldn't believe he said that, yeah. So.
Right. But great worker. And like I said, any of the independent shows you go to, the IWC stuff, he's on every month. You know, he's a regular there, and then he does farm himself out to some other independent promotions, like the 5-star one that we saw him earlier this year. But great worker, great intelligent guy.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, and the night we saw him, he had a great match that night.
That was a good night.
Yeah,
the whole show was good, top to bottom.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it brought in 5-star, did a real good job that night.
Yeah.
But
we had Big Sean Stud that evening.
Yeah, Big Sean Stud, local boy coming home.
Ellsworth.
Ellsworth was there.
Ellsworth, yeah.
Yeah, Ellsworth. I hope Ellsworth gets his troubles worked out.
That, me too.
We talked about earlier this month.
Yeah.
I just hope that it's not true. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would want to send pictures like that across the internet when they can be tracked so easily.
You know you're going to get caught and in trouble.
Yeah,
I mean,
and to a person who's too young to be getting this kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh!
Craziness.
And then you're going to lose dates because of it. You know, a lot of wrestling dates. Therefore, you lose a lot of money.
Sure.
Yeah.
And he might, if it is true, he's jeopardized himself going back to Vince.
Oh yeah, right. They won't touch him.
No, and they've brought him back, like you said, Rand, maybe a handful of times already. And
he was just such a great interview.
Oh,
we had a real good time with him.
Yeah,
it was one of the better ones that we've had in quite a while.
Yeah.
I hope it works out. I really do.
I do too. Yeah, it's
hate to see things like that happen to people, but
that's for sure. Yeah.
That's better judgment. That's all.
Oh my goodness,
if it's true.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, you know how that stuff spreads like wildfire.
Yeah. Oh, instantaneously.
Yeah. And
nothing is private. Nothing is sacred anymore.
No.
Once it's out there.
And the residual effects, it's just like a mounting catastrophe.
Yeah,
it's
for
just,
sure. Well, getting back to Fugi, I think we should maybe go take a look at the interview we did.
All right, let's go see Daniel.
Let's have a look.
Wrestling fans, we're backstage at 5-Star Wrestling here in Butler, PA tonight. We have another very special guest here. Fugi, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you being here. We remember you here whenever Dan Polinsky with FNW used to come to the shows.
Yeah. I remember the one big show I have for some reason I always remember is the one where Demolition was here. And it was Matt Morgan won the title and he smashed his way through a table.
Wow. You know what's funny about what you just mentioned? This particular room, we did Matt Morgan's interviews here and Bill Eady's interviews were in this exact room because we use 3 different rooms at this facility. But the 2 you mentioned, we were talking earlier, Pat and I, we had them right here in this room. So that's very coincidental, isn't it, that you brought that up?
Yeah, that's funny.
Hey, tell us how your love for wrestling came about. We all have that story. Let's hear yours, Fugi.
I've always loved it, and I think that, like a lot of people kind of in my age group, the first memory I have is Sunday Morning Superstars.
Oh, yeah.
And I was one of the people that saw the nexus of the Heartbreak Kid when he smashed Marty Jannetty through the window. I remember that, and when Jake the Snake let his snake bite the Macho Man, and I was distraught at the bus stop the next day. I was freaking out about that.
Cool. That's great. Now, did you watch this on your own, or was it with a parent, a grandparent, or did you just find it on your own?
I just found it on my own.
Okay.
Yeah, I just found it on my own, and I was instantly hooked.
That's the hook was set, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Now, from that time till you wanted to get into wrestling, like, where did you get your training started, and how did that all come about?
It's a long story. I mean,
that's fine. We have time.
I kind of fell out of the WWF for a little bit, and to me, that's all I knew. I knew there was a WWF. I knew there was like one big land, but I'm actually from the suburbs of Philadelphia. So one day I found this independent promotion on cable TV, WGTW 48 out of Philly, ECW, and fell back in love with it, and went to school. And still kept up with it. Then when I moved back, CZW had taken the place. So I was down there every weekend. And I kind of realized at one point, man, there's more places than the WWF, WWE now.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go train when I originally graduated college. I actually went to Slippery Rock. So, Butler, Slippery Rock, I'm from Philly, but I've been out here my whole life.
Sure.
Some other opportunities came up in different entertainment channels that weren't related to wrestling, but when those finally were over, I said, I got to do this. I got to, time's ticking. So I trained at the Iron City Wrestling Academy down in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania with IWC.
Oh, with IWC.
Yes.
Now, who was the trainer at that point?
The head trainer is Chris LaRusso.
Oh, yeah.
And I was lucky enough to get trained by him. Ring of Honor top prospect, has a great mind for the business.
For sure.
And also Andrew Palace was the assistant trainer. So we had a we were very fortunate to have them.
Yeah, because Andrew Palace, he's held their heavyweight title a number of times, too.
Yes.
Yeah, he's still working for IWC.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Now, when was that?
Recently, actually. 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Okay. I took my first practice bump,
if
you would say, and since then it's been a wild ride. So I'm a little bit late to the game, but I'm fortunate to have a lot of cool opportunities.
Hey, better late than never, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So from the time you started taking your first bumps training till your first match, how much time?
A year. 12
1
months.
year.
Yeah, 12 months.
So you had a lot of training. That's good.
Yeah.
At least they didn't put you out there green in front of an audience.
Yeah, no, we were very fortunate. And they really, 12 months is the program, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're ready to go.
Okay.
But they're very, IWC, ICWA, they're very big on, training you the right way.
Awesome.
And making sure you're ready to perform in front of a crowd. We get a lot of cool opportunities to develop ourselves there, so very fortunate.
So your first match was with IWC?
It was.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. You remember it?
Yeah. It was actually, I remember because I injured myself 2 weeks ahead of my debut.
Oh, no.
And it was an angle, so I had to perform. I actually had a sprained ankle, which sounds not too bad, but it was a high ankle sprain. I actually did a practice move where I came down, my foot was supposed to go back, and it went like this.
Oh.
So I was pretty limited, but I'll never forget, it was Big League John McChesney and me versus the Fraternity for the IWC Tag Team titles.
Oh, yeah.
And, Big League speaks for himself. He's, a legend in this area.
For sure.
And the Fraternity, I think they're one of the best acts not signed with somebody right now.
That's true.
They're amazing.
They are. There's a lot of talent there. All three of them. Yeah, for sure.
So your first match was a tag?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Then your first solo match?
First solo match was we did definitely a big man, little man feud. I feuded with Bulk Nasty, who's about 6'4" and 300 pounds of solid mass.
Wow.
So definitely earned my stripes, I hope. But that was fun too. That was down in Pittsburgh, and Cool show, actually. I remember, I'll never forget it. It was a cool show because Lufisto was on the show, Adam Cole, and just to be able to be around some of the people that I had looked up to, continue to look up to, was really cool.
For sure. Now, how long ago was that? How long you been working now?
Debuted January 2017, so I'm really still,
got a little over a year.
A little over a year.
Yeah, that's good. That's great. And you're working for other promotions as well?
I am. I've had a lot of cool opportunities. I'm obviously coming out here to 5 Star Wrestling.
Awesome.
Been able to go out to some different promotions in Ohio. They've given me some really cool opportunities. So just trying to network and get my name out there.
That's great. Well, this building means a lot to you because, like we said initially, FNW used to run this building. Dan Polinsky with Far North Wrestling. And you used to be a fan watching those shows, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those shows and your show.
Yeah, and our show. Okay, cool. Thank you.
I remember Slippery Rock University. Actually, the owner of IWC and I went to college together. The current promoter, Justin Plummer.
Oh yeah.
And we would watch you guys in apartments all the time.
Oh, cool.
And I remember we actually ended up coming down here because we saw you guys promoting the shows. I remember you guys had the 3 belts and you would promote the shows and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, a big fan of you guys and Mr. Polinsky's group here.
That's awesome. Yeah, we still have those 3 belts in front of us. Yeah. Well, the one belt did change. The one in the middle, a year ago Christmas, Drew Lazario from Wildcat Belts.
Okay.
Yeah, he makes belts even for Vince right now. He sent us a Christmas present, and it has this logo, Pro Wrestling News and Views, on our belt, and that sits in the front and center on the table right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's pretty nice Christmas present from Drew. So another plug for Drew. So if you ever need any wrestling belts, whenever you start winning them, get them from Drew.
Drew, Wildcats.
Yeah, Wildcat belts. Yeah, for sure. Injuries. You had any injuries in the last year?
Yeah. I always respected, wrestling as an art, as a business, as a sport, as a physical competition. And I've, like I said, I'm a little bit older, so definitely the ankle, tore my MCL, which was the oddest injury I've ever had because I knew something was wrong.
That's a bad one.
I knew something was wrong. I finished the match and I really couldn't walk. And then like an idiot, 4 weeks later, off 6 to 8 weeks, supposed to stay still, braced it up because I had a blow off to the feud with Bulk Nasty in a steel cage.
Oh wow!
And on that one, because my balance was off, I ended up with a concussion. But concussion, torn MCL, sprained ankle. We've been, knock on wood, we've been clear for about 4 months now.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Well, you've had a bout with it. I mean, those are some pretty sizable injuries.
Yeah, the MCL one was scary.
Oh,
we're lucky enough to have the medical, to have a doctor at every show. So, I actually was trying just to, it's okay, I just can't walk. And he felt it, and I was able to get the care I needed. So I was just happy it wasn't the ACL because I think at that point, you can't. I'm an Eagles fan, so I know what happens when you get a torn ACL.
Yeah, right, exactly.
If people want to follow you now, is there a way that they can follow you?
Yeah. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram I work here as Fugi, but I also work in Pittsburgh as Daniel Hooven. So Daniel Hooven. Okay. We're still kind of transitioning the characters to work together.
Okay.
Because I had kind of a unique introduction to the IWC crowd. I was known down there because I actually did their camera work for them.
Oh, okay.
So after 3 years, it'd be hard to kind of say, "Hey, my name's Fugi now."
Gotcha.
But everywhere else, I'm lucky enough to be able to kind of explore that path.
Okay. Now, with your camera work with IWC, did you work with Mike?
Oh, Mr. Sorg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sorg.
Mike from Sorgatron Media. We promote him all the time on our show.
He's a great guy, yeah. He did the videography, I did the photography.
Oh, okay, you did the photography.
But no, I worked hand in hand with him on a lot of projects. And it's funny because my day job, I actually worked with him as well. So
do you really?
Sorg 24/7.
Wow. Now, what's your day job?
I'm actually a very calm and low-key marketing manager for a nonprofit.
Okay, awesome. That's great.
And they think I am very accident prone sometimes because I come in after the weekend's a little bit beat up.
Oh, okay. Well, it's funny we mentioned Mike Sorg because he's been wanting the 3 of us on his podcast. And we can't get a date situated, but we're ready to give him a ring and set something up.
His studio's beautiful. He just moved into
that's
a
what
studio.
I understand. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah,
footage from the #1 independent show up in where is it?
Meadville,
PA.
Superstar show.
I've seen you guys up there before too. Because I've been with the IWC. Yeah,
exactly. Sorg always gives us footage of the matches up there, and then we put them on and promote him and his business, and every year. But he does a wonderful job. Yeah, you going up to Meadville this year?
I will be there. Yes, I will be there.
Great.
Wouldn't miss that show.
You going to be on the card? Do you think?
We'll see. It's definitely. a lot of cool opportunities. I was able to get in the Battle Royal last year and have a small spot in the McChesney and LaRusso match.
Oh, good.
Which was a lot of fun, just being in the ring with Ricky Steamboat, like mind blown.
For sure. Yep, for sure. Yep.
But yeah, I'm sure I'll see you guys up there.
Ricky, we had him on our show that night that you're speaking of, and he was
guy in the world.
The best. I mean, he had a long day. He had to get up at like 4 or 5 in the morning to get a plane, but he still sat in a chair for a half hour.
Business. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
He still loves the business, and he's been through it all.
Yeah, he was a great guy. We actually had him on a Friday night show and that Saturday event as well. Just class act human being.
That's great. Well, ask him the question, Rand. Every guest that sits in that hot seat, you know this question that's coming.
Top 5 wrestlers that have influenced you or had an impact on you in some way.
Okay, well I'm gonna save the best or worst to last because everybody looks at me always like when they see it.
No particular order. They don't. Yeah. So.
I would say number 1, Bret Hart, actually, because I grew up with Bret Hart.
I love Bret Hart.
He stood out in the land of monsters at the time.
Yes, he did.
So Bret Hart, The Rock. I mean, I'm a huge Rock fan.
I am
kind of
too.
the time I grew up in, unfortunately. Tommy Dreamer, because I thought he played the ultimate underdog ever.
He sure did.
And then being from Philly, it's kind of showing again Taz. Big Taz fan, just that like prize fight feeling the big fight feeling whenever Taz was on.
Exactly.
He could come out and do 2 things, and you're like, oh, he's gonna kill somebody.
Right.
And here's the 5th one. This is what everybody judges me for. Ryback.
Because
I feel like in the 80s he would have been a main event caliber wrestler.
Yeah, that's true.
I like his intensity, his look. He just kind of, it's ironic because the opposite of Bret Hart, he stood out as a giant in a land of more athletically toned, normal-sized athletes.
Exactly, you're right. He was up at the Superstar show last year.
Really cool.
Ryback. Yeah, he was.
Really cool dude.
Yeah. You would think that he would be a maniac,
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was real cool.
Very nice guy, yeah.
Very nice. And I'm a big Bret Hart fan. I agree with you. Just a great guy. And Owen was one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And so anybody that puts the Harts on their top 5, that's all right with me. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. So are you going to continue to try to work some more indies as far as your career goes?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Getting out there, networking, wherever I can get an opportunity to get better, and also showcase and contribute in any way I'm happy to.
Awesome. And 5-Star Wrestling, is this going to be one of your normal stops?
I believe so, yeah. I was on the last event as well.
Great.
I actually got the team with the Brooklyn Brawler, which was pretty cool.
Oh, wow. Neat.
He was a fun guy.
That's cool.
As long as, they'll have me up here, I'm going to continue to come up.
Okay. Now, what happened in that tag match last month here at 5-Star Wrestling with you and the Brooklyn Brawler? What happened?
Myself, Jamie Jameson, the 5 Alarm Fire, Jason Tyler, are both in action tonight, and the Brooklyn Brawler. We tagged against the Sexy Talented Dudes, the STDs, who tried to induct him into the Hall of Fame. Didn't go so well. They're hoping it's going to go a little bit better tonight with Mr. Ellsworth.
Okay.
But we ended up picking up the big win. It was a fun time.
Oh, super.
Definitely a memory.
Good deal. That's cool. Any other wrestlers that you've worked with in your career, like the Brooklyn Brawler, that our fans would know, that you've worked against or tagged with?
No. Been able to be around a lot of great names, a lot of good superstars. Was able to attend a lot of really great seminars, namely, Adam Cole, Billy Gunn.
Oh yeah.
You can learn a lot from everybody.
That's for sure.
But no, that's about it. But some of the talent I've been able to work with just on the independent level has taught me so much. John McChesney really actually, figuratively and literally took me under his wing to help me a lot.
That's great.
And there's, it's so crazy, the independent resurgence now.
Right.
There's so many guys out there and girls with so much good advice. So whenever I'm around anybody, I try to soak it in.
Exactly. That's
they're
good.
all drawn. They're all seem to.
It's good. It's good for everybody.
Like tonight here in Butler, there's a heck of a crowd out there.
Absolutely, And I think we're going to keep growing up here. We try to make a family-friendly product, bring in some familiar faces, introduce some new ones.
Exactly. Now, as far as our fans go, where can they contact you at if they want to know where you're wrestling or about your career?
I would say it's, my social media is the best way to find me. I'm very active on Twitter, Instagram. Daniel Hooven, Hooven. I know it's kind of the contrast to Fugi, but like I said, we're still getting there. But
exactly.
Always will post it on there, and very big on, because it's think about it. 15 years ago, when I was in college, we really didn't have any way to do it unless you saw a flyer at the sheets.
That's true.
Or tuned into you guys.
Yeah, because it's funny you mentioned that. You said 15 years ago. this month is our 17th anniversary. Wow. Yeah, it's hard to believe.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We're getting old. It is a hell of a run. You're right. Thanks. Back to ECW, you mentioned them, you being from Philly. Mm-hmm. Did you ever get to the arena?
Yeah, it was once because I was just old enough where my mom would let me take the train into the city and see it.
Okay.
Because there was that stigma that it was real violence going on, and it was, but the stigma that that's not the WWF,
right?
But I was able to make it in for one show, definitely worth it. But the CZW stuff was awesome. I mean,
that was pretty brutal.
That was wicked stuff.
There was a lot of good wrestling. Teddy Hart, Petey Williams, and Jack Evans had the first match in the USA there with them.
Wow.
Sanjay Dutt, Roderick Strong, Chris Hero, the list goes on. The people that came through there.
Man. That's great. So it wasn't all light tubes and all that crap.
That's what everybody remembered, but they that was your niche. But it was like ECW. You had great wrestling.
Yeah.
You had the brawls, the hardcore stuff.
Exactly.
Sometimes when they went into New Jersey, they were a little. That's where they did the crazy stuff.
Oh, okay. It wasn't so much at the arena.
No, because there's different. I think different state laws on that.
Okay.
But it was some really great wrestling.
That's awesome.
I mean, John Moxley, Dean Ambrose, he was crazy down there, and whenever I see him on TV, I'm like, he was world champion.
How about that? Yeah, awesome. You remembered him way back when.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's cool. You talk about ECW Arena, and Pat will attest to this. We were down there a few different times, and the first time we all jumped in the van and went down, there was probably 8 of us. And it was raining outside. The roof was leaking. It was dripping down. You couldn't sit in half the seats. And then it was just an insane show. There was blood everywhere. Oh. And Pat's like, what is going on? Get me home. And here I was shooting for the magazines, and I was close to the ring, and I had blood splattered everywhere. My glasses, I had to look through blood on my glasses. It was so speckled and spattered. I was like, and they were like, you better clean those glasses. And it was just insane. It was just, it was, you had to be there to believe it.
It's an atmosphere. I always say, Philadelphia, we mean well. We really do. I won't defend the Flyers fan. I'm not a Flyers fan.
Oh, okay.
I'm a huge Eagles fan, but we mean well.
Okay.
You weren't too bad after the Super Bowl, right?
I was down there.
Okay.
It was world peace happened in Philadelphia.
Awesome.
It was awesome.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad they finally won the big one. Yep, that was great. Yeah. I think everybody was pulling for them.
It was the only story more improbable than Rocky, if you think about it.
Yeah, that's true.
So now we have a real underdog we can cheer for.
Exactly.
There's Rocky and Nick Foles now.
Who would have ever dreamt? The backup quarterback.
Hell of a story, though.
Yeah, it is. That's a great story. Yep, for sure. Tell the fans one more time where they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, connect with me, Instagram, Twitter. Always on there, sometimes not for the best, but I'm on there a lot. At Daniel Hooven, Hooven. And my events will be posted there. I'm always love engaging in conversations, so let's connect.
That's great. Hey, thanks a lot, Fugi. We appreciate you having us on. Appreciate you being a fan of the show as well.
Forever, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
Daniel Hooven, just great guy.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He's a normal Joe. He's just awesome.
Fan just like all of us.
He's like us. He loves wrestling.
Just a nice guy.
Yep. Yeah. Except he's crazy enough to get in the ring.
Yeah. I wish you the best. You're
Me
good.
too.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
I'd like to see you back sometime.
For sure. And keep working the independent circuit. And a lot of our fans will be seeing you there.
Yep.
Speaking of that, some of the other independent promotions around our area that run pretty regularly is KSWA, right, Ram?
KSWA, based out of Lawrenceville and Pittsburgh area. Pretty much every month. They're not exclusive to just that where we visit them at Spirit Hall, which was in Lawrenceville, but they do a couple outlying areas, around the vicinity. A lot of charitable stuff, and they run monthly.
Yeah, right, and they do that brawl under the bridge.
In the summertime.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
And also, as we said before, sometimes the mayor of Pittsburgh shows up.
Yeah.
Wants to come see what's
his
going
favorite
on.
Promotion.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Friendly bunch of people and rabid fan base, man.
And we'll be back there. We'll be back to one of their events.
Yeah, we got to get back down.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Time flies, but we got to get back down and talk to some of the guys.
KSWA. Their website ran kswa.com.
KSWA.com. That is that, yes.
Yeah, cool. Because they bring in some names from time to time, too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I know earlier this month, they had in the current NWA heavyweight champ, Magnus, Nick Aldis.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
J.J. Dillon was there as well.
J.J. was there as his manager, right?
Well, actually, he was managing Sean Blanchard, who's
Oh, that's right.
the KSWA guy.
Yeah, exactly. To go against Magnus. Nick Aldis.
Yeah, and I like too how they pay homage to the studio wrestling era. Some of the guys,
Me too.
They don't forget about that stuff. They bring it up every once in a while, and
I love it.
Yeah, kind of like the Roots.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's a good promotion. It's a lot of fun, and it's not expensive at all.
No,
it's not far to go.
They got them $1 hot dogs we talk about.
Yeah, man. Oh my goodness.
And it's a good place to take the family.
Oh,
no vulgarity.
No, not at all.
Yeah, and it's great.
Yeah, the kids just have a blast. I couldn't believe it how much fun the kids were having down there.
And the ring announcer, Trapper
Tom Liturgy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love him. He just wrote an article just recently I read, and he's great. He's great on the mic. He's great.
He is.
Doing his editorial work.
He puts the whole thing over just like $1 million.
Yep.
Yeah, I like him.
When Aldis was coming earlier this month, he had written up a whole synopsis on the whole thing, and he had a lot of history there with the NWA belt and whatnot, and he's quite the historian.
He covers that. He taught a class at CCAC this past year.
Oh, yeah.
So, he follows it real well and covers it well and puts it in print.
Awesome.
This is good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Another independent promotion, we can't forget the IWC. They've been great friends of ours for as long as this show's been on the air, which is soon to be 18 years.
Yeah.
But great people there, and Justin Plummer is in charge right now, and they have shows nearly every month in Elizabeth, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Court Time Sports Center in Elizabeth. Yeah.
Elizabeth, PA. And then their big show of the year is they call it the Night of the Superstars now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Meadville, PA, which we've been to many, many times. Dial that up. They're probably starting to build the card right now for April. And it's always the best independent show in Western PA every year. Yeah,
it's a killer. It's
so
much fun.
They usually bring in 4, 5, 6 names and have a great undercard. And you get to see the guys beforehand. You pay a little extra. You get one autograph from every wrestler. And they've had everybody under the sun.
I don't think they've repeated a name, actually.
I don't think they have.
I don't know how they pull it off, but I guess it'll be interesting again to see who they pull out this year.
Gosh, who we've seen there? Flair, Bret Hart, Roddy Piper. I mean, big names. Yeah, DiBiase, Kevin Nash. Mm-hmm. I mean, just big names. Vader, Bruno. Yeah. Some of the old timers we interviewed. What was the guy from World Class? And Vince had him with
One Man Gang.
Oh, yeah.
Slaughter, Snuka.
Yeah. Bob Orton. It's just.
I don't know if they've had Virgil.
Boy, no wonder. Whoops. Did I say that out loud?
I heard something. I don't know. But and one of the best parts of the show is $1 hot dogs.
Yeah, $1 hot dogs.
It is.
Meadville, PA, IWC.
Who wants to watch TV or watch a show without having food to put in your mouth?
Randy eats half a dozen.
Yeah.
At least.
At least.
Yeah. Drew Lazarchuk make a belt for me.
There you go.
He does the Coney Island dog.
Yeah, this is Drew Lazarchuk's belt right here, as a matter of fact.
The Nathan's dog. Yeah.
Right. Hey, 2 years ago he gave us this belt for a Christmas gift. Remember? Came on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And Wildcat belts. If you need a belt, not just for a wrestling federation,
any event,
but for any event, whether it's a golf outing,
corporate, whatever,
a wedding, any
for your loved one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Great Christmas gift, New Year's gift.
John, get us out of here, brother. We're out of time.
Okay. For Pat and Randy, I'm Jumpin' Johnny. We'll see you next time on Pro Wrestling News and Views Extra.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.